good to be here. Okay, how we doing? Yeah, all right, good. We'll just start. I'm poor. Where are my pores at? Any poor people? Yeah, they're my pores. All right. Yeah, all your appliances are messed up, right? Yeah, there's a trick to get everything to work. Like to close my microwave, you gotta like lift and slam, you know? But that's how poor people protect their stuff, though, right? Like rich people, they have safes and security codes. But with us, it's like, oh, you stole my TV? You'll never figure out how to turn it on. You gotta hold the menu button down as you hit power, you dumbass. Never rob me again. There's a trick to it all. Love it. Got a little bit of money now. I can afford my plane seats. That's where I'm at. I can pick the actual seats. I don't need to do the poor person continue button. You know what I'm talking about? They're just like, where do you want to sit? You're like, no, you pick. I'm poor. I can pick. I always pick window seat. Window seat, people? Window seats? Yeah, there you go. Love a view, right? Get to see the sunset, sunrise, the earth. Yeah, right? And then there's aisle seat people. Aisle seat. Yeah, aisle seat people. Love to piss and shit, huh? Oh, they love pissing and shitting. Controlling the whole row's pissing shit, huh? 2 full hours just controlling everybody. And then there's middle seat people, and they're just poor. They're just the poor people. You know? They didn't choose that seat. They made life choices that led to that seat. I love it. It's wonderful. The whole row is like a slice of America, isn't it? The whole row of a plane. You got like rich liberals taking in the environment, conservatives controlling everyone's body fluids, and then poor people trapped in between. And we're all going to the same place. Oh, I love it. Beautiful. I love it. But yeah, my girlfriend's got money. She's got more money than I do. Yeah, she's rich. Yeah, I gotta trap her, right? Yeah, I gotta trap this rich woman, but I don't know how you trap a rich woman as a poor man. I can't get pregnant. Like, I'm gonna keep it. No, you gotta stay. These are useless, right? Even if I get her pregnant, that's not gonna work because we're Democrats, you know? So now I gotta be a Republican, you know? Like, that's a life, goddammit! There's a baby in there! And that baby's gonna need a father, a stay-at-home father. I'm just going to pro-life rallies, looking at the other men like, you trying not to get a job too? Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna trap these women. She's great. She's stronger than me too. She's physically stronger than me. She's a potter. She makes pottery all day. Yeah, you potter? Potters over there? Yeah? Yeah, all day. Yeah, you guys all, she just does this all day, this same motion. So she has strong shoulders and a muscular upper back, you know. So sometimes we'll be doing it and I'll be behind her and be like, am I? You know what I mean? You know? But we found out for real though, because we were getting frisky one night, you know, and she was doing that thing where she's going like, come get it, come take it from me, you know, and it's like, oh, you want me to be aggressive? All right, here, I'm gonna get it. Oh yeah, here I come. you know, then after 5 minutes of wrestling, I was like, you gotta loosen up, man. I can't. You're overpowering me. You're stronger. You gotta get it now. This is yours to get, you know. So I just wiggled away naked with a boner and just ran off. I was like, no, you'll never get it, you know, so. She never caught me. You know, we haven't had sex in months. It's nice. Yeah. It's nice, though. Yeah, I grind my teeth in my sleep. I don't know if any teeth grinders? Teeth grinder? Yeah, do you wear the mouth guard or no? You put the mouth guard in? Yeah, right? Yeah, sometimes I'll be laying there and my girlfriend will start rubbing my thigh and I'll be like, oh, sex is about to happen, right? And then you gotta roll over and then subtly remove a mouth guard You know? And then sometimes she'll start playing with my butt. And I'll be like, oh, we're doing that? Let me put this back in. Give me something to bite down on. I'm running. Let's do this. Oh, yeah, all right. Yeah, the South. Okay, we're having fun. Wake up, the South. Yeah, we are talking kids. She wants them. I do. I want kids too. I know I want kids because I've been putting clothes on my dog. I don't know if anybody here dresses their dog. I love putting clothes on her. It's so cute and funny. But it gets weird when you got to take their clothes off. Sometimes you're alone, you know, it's just you and your dog. I'm undoing her blouse. You know, our eyes lock. I'm like, oh no, are we about to do this? We're both naked. Like, I don't know what the hell. You know, because you got to get naked to make the dog comfortable. That's why I'm also naked in bed. Stone-faced over here. It's just a joke. I don't fuck my dog. It's just a joke. I'm gonna have sex with my dog. She's a chihuahua. That would kill her. Not saying I got a big dick, but I can at least kill a chihuahua. I think that's why they're always shaking when I walk by. Is today the day? Not today, Sprinkles, not today. So, talking kids. She wants a lot. My girlfriend wants a bunch. Because she comes from a big family. She's the youngest of 5. Where's my big families at? Big family people? Yeah. A lot of drama in big families, right? Yeah, there's always a lot of drama. I think it's because now they all make it, you know? Like 100 years ago, 2 would have died, you know? But now they're all here, so everyone's like, why is Carl addicted to heroin? It's because Carl's not supposed to be here. He was supposed to die in a river crossing or some shit. 5 kids. That's crazy. You know, you want the perfect 3 is the best. Don't do 1. I was an only till I was about 14. Any onlys? Where my onlys at? Yeah, only child? It's not a family, right? It's just 3 people hanging out. My parents would be like, we're a family. Like, we're a death away from a partnership. This isn't a family. Like, I had friends be like, I gotta go home, it's family dinner night. I'm like, well, I'm gonna have pork chops with a married couple. So. Go enjoy your family meal. I'm gonna go be a third wheel again. Just every night. I hated it. You can't do anything, right? We tried a board game night once. My mom was like, you want to play Clue? It's like, sure. Was it you? No, then it was you. Game over. Isn't a family. It's awful. Tried to ride a roller coaster once at a theme park. All 3 of us waited in line to do an even-numbered activity, right? So I had to sit next to my mom, and my dad was behind us with another boy from an odd-numbered family that overflowed into mine. So the whole ride, I just listened to my dad have fun with a boy I never met. The entire time. And at the end of the ride, we bought the photo. We bought the picture of the... So that kid was on my fridge for years. Just... every day, just my dad having fun with another boy. I'm just getting Sunny D. I hated it. Hated being an only child. Because you could see your parents getting older too, right? And it was just you. Were like, wait a second, I'm gonna end up taking care of more people than they had to. What kind of Ponzi scheme is this? This isn't fair at all. So I have a younger sister. She's 14 years younger than me. We're gap siblings. I don't know, anybody got a gap sibling? Any big gaps? No, just regular, all next to each other? Yeah? How big's your gap?
11 years.
11 years. Are you the older or younger?
Younger.
You're the younger?
I was the baby, and she came.
Oh, sure. You were the baby, and then she came. I lost track. Anyways. It's weird being the older, I will say that. You don't feel like an older brother. You feel like a weird uncle person. You know? Because I would just come home like, hey, I used to live here, you know? Do you want to hear some stories about your dad when he was younger? Get over here, let me tell you about your dad. It's too many. And it's cute when there's like a toddler getting jealous of the new baby, but when it's a teenager, you know, and everyone's gushing over the new baby, and you're just in the corner just with a mustache and acne, just like, but I used to be the baby. Does anyone want to hug me? You have an erection right now. I can't control my body. What's happening to me? It's so gross. It's no good, you know. You want, honestly, 3. I think 3 is the perfect number of kids. You get the oldest, the middle, and the youngest. That's why I love middle kids. Any middle kids? Where are my middle kids at? Middle kids? Yeah, middle kids are great. You guys, yeah, you're dying out, but it's nice that you're here. No one can afford you anymore. It's your species is going extinct. It's sad, you know, because I love middle kids, you know. Oh, it's great. You never follow your dreams. I love that about you. Right? They're so practical, right? You know, because dreams, those are for oldest and youngest, right? Because oldest, we see our parents have dreams, you know, like, oh, mom's a painter. And then when the youngest shows up, they're like, wait, mom used to be a painter? And then the middle kid's just like, yeah, and I saw that dream die. I was there when she gave it up, man. I saw the light fade from her eyes. You were with your friends, you were a baby. I had to hug this woman as she wept. That's why I'm into banking. You know? Love the middle. You guys are great, you know? But yeah, so... Because don't do 1. When I was a 1, you get very weird. You get so... Because you have no siblings to punch the weird out of you, you know? It's just you. You're just like, it's me. And your parents like, we gotta love it. It's all we got right now. You know? Because I used to get naked. I was one of those naked kids, you know? As soon as you get home, you know, you're just like, I gotta be naked. I don't know why, but I must be free, right? And I would get home and I would just get nude and I'd run, you know? But then I would gather all my plastic army men, just gather them. Then I would sit down in the nude and just melt them over a kerosene heater we had. Just in the nude, melting plastic men every day, yeah. And that's how I know sexuality is fluid, right? Because that's not gay or straight, but it's sexual. Like even Jesus be looking down like it's not a sin, but it ain't right. I don't know. Nobody saw this coming? Like, we didn't see this one coming. Didn't think to put that in the book. And I'm just like, you like what you see, Corporal? Yeah! Melt! You're weird. You can't help it. Yeah. You know, we're all a little weird. I tried to murder a friend once. I didn't, you know. I don't know. I think every kid tries to murder once. I think that's how we learn not to murder, right? Because we're not born knowing. You ever see a toddler push another toddler off a step? That's a murder. They're just like, you're gross. Goodbye forever. And they stand up like, oh, I got to try again. And as parents, you can be like, hey, we don't murder here. Like, oh, I didn't know the rules. Nobody taught me the murder rules. So I had to wait till I made a friend because I was an only, and I still had my murder attempt, you know, just laying dormant, you know, deep down. So I had to wait. And I remember I was about 8 years old, and I had a friend, and we would wrestle on a sled going down an icy hill and try to throw each other off. And he always won, but this one time we're going down the hill, and I had gotten on top of him, and his head was just dangling off the edge of that sled. And I just started pushing it just into the ice, and his head was starting to bounce, and I'm just grinding his head, and he was reaching up with his hands in an attempt to survive, I guess. And I didn't know I was murdering. I just thought I was winning real good. And I remember he rolled off and he was holding his head and he's like, "You play too rough." He didn't even know he was getting murdered. Like, what? What an idiot. I should have murdered him, So yeah, we'll see. Because I was also very neurotic. I still am. I used to whisper repeat. I used to have to say everything twice. And the second time was a whisper to confirm that I had said anything. I don't know if anybody knows, but I'd be like, "Bears are scary. Bears are scary." And I was pale with red hair. I was a ginger that whispered things, which is a demon boy. Nobody wants to hang out with the demon boy. Just like, "Hey, can I spend the night at your house? Can I spend the night at your house?" They'd be like, "No, what are you?" "I'm a little boy." "I'm a little boy." I eventually stopped because my mom made fun of me till I quit. Yeah, that's how poor people fix their weird kids. Just like, "Can we afford a therapist?" "No, I'm gonna make fun of it till it stops." Like, "Why, mommy?" "Why, mommy?" It's too much, I was also afraid of the dark, still am, don't like it. I actually slept with my parents in bed with them till I was about 14 years old. Which is why my sister's so much younger than me. I had no idea. I had no clue. Just for a decade, it was my mom and then me, then the most sexually frustrated man in the world. Just hating what he made. Every time he'd roll over to make love to his wife, it was me looking back at him. Just like, "Not tonight. Not tonight." Like, "This child's a monster." And I got too crowded in the bed. It got very crowded because I'm 5'11", both my parents are 5'5". At one point, I was the tallest one in the bed. I could just grab them, just kiss them on the tops of their heads, like, "Good night, you two." And they'd snuggle under my armpits. So I couldn't fit, and then my mom was pregnant with my little sister, and so I couldn't fit there, and because I spent the night at a friend's house once, and so I slept on the floor in a sleeping bag next to my mom on my mom's side. I was on the floor. I just curled up like a little dog. And I remember I woke up to my mom shouting, "It's happening!" And then she leapt out of bed, landed on me in my sleeping bag, and then it happened. Yeah. After your mom's water breaks on top of you, you're not afraid of the dark anymore. You got a whole new list of fears, really, man. I was like, I don't think the boogeyman can touch me now. I was just baptized by life itself. I think I'm gonna be okay. So now I just can't go camping in the rain, I'm in my sleeping bag, I just start hearing water. I'm like, "It's happening again! Oh no!" So, will not go camping. I actually hate the outdoors. Any camping people? Where are my campers at? Camping? Yeah, you love the outdoors? Nah, I hate it. It sucks. Just go in the wilderness and relax. No, I dated a girl that loved camping. We would go out in the wilderness and she's like, "Oh, let's camp, make up a tent." And then you just sleep on an air mattress that deflates all night long and you just slowly fall. Slowly till you hit the dirt. Like, time to start the day. Like, this sucks. We went camping in northern Minnesota, and at night they told us we had to hoist the food up into the trees because of bears. Yeah, which just makes you the food on the ground. Whose stupid idea? Just like, "Oh, we gotta protect our hot dogs. Take me instead." Doesn't make any sense. I'll do like an RV, right? I just want the door, I don't want the last thing I hear to be a zipper, Just zip and then you're dead? That's how sandwiches go. No. I'm not going out like a sandwich. I'm an indoor cat. Indoors, I love it. Video games, that's my jam. Gamers, where are my gamers? Yeah, there you go. Love it. I gotta stop though, right? I'm in my mid-30s, just every night log online and have fun with another dude's kids like a weird stepdad. I'm just in the game chat like, "Hey, I know I'm not your father, but I'm proud of you boys." There's gonna be a whole generation of adults like, yeah, my dad wasn't around, but Doom Slayer 687 was there. He was there every night. God rule. It's brutal, yeah. Mid-30s. I'm getting older. I'm a millennial. Millennials, what are you gonna do with your parents? What do you think? Nursing home? Where are we at? Tiny home? Do you say off a cliff? Oh my Lord. Midsummer reaction, huh? All right. I get it. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if you guys ever been to a nursing home. We put my one grandma in a nursing home. I remember walking in there as a kid. There's a chandelier in the lobby. And I was like, oh, this place is fancy, right? And then just a wave of piss hit me in the face. And you're just like, this is where grandma's at? Like, yeah, we put her in a piss prison. Let's go say hi. Brutal, right? My other grandma got lucky. Never went to a nursing home. Yeah, she got lucky because she just fell. You know, like that's... Yeah, murdered by the ground. I know. What am I going to do? Like, you know, oh, gravity, why? Like, I can't, you know, get upset at that. It's just a fact of life. And I wasn't there when it happened, but I'm pretty sure her last words weren't beautiful or nothing, you know. She didn't say anything poetic. She probably just went, whoop, whoop, whoop. And then she died forever. And then we buried her, too. We put her deeper into the thing that took her from us. Which even I thought was wild. Had a great-grandma, too. I don't know why we introduce kids to their great-grandparents. What a waste of time. Why? Everyone's like, go say hi to great-grandma. She's hanging on by a thread. And you're just like, hello. And they're like, goodbye. Like, what the fuck? Why would you do that to me? You're like, what happened? Like, oh, she died. You're like, what's that, man? I'm new. I don't know what that is. And they're like, oh, we'll tell you about it in the car. But for now, go put a little tie on. We're all going to go look at her. That's how you start me off? Isn't that crazy? It was wild to me. We went there. I'm glad we went there. You were tepid, but we landed that plane. All right, good. Good stuff. Dark humor. What are you going to do? You got to think about it. To this day, I won't even ride roller coasters anymore, you know? To this day, think about, I want to fly out. I'm too scared, you know? 'Cause I'm skinny, you know? Sometimes I'll pull the bar down and it'll hit the other guy, and I'll have space. Like, you need to hug me or link arms. I don't want to fly out of a roller coaster. Because they don't just stop the ride, right? Those people got to keep going after they saw your body disappear into the sky. You can't get back into the ride after that. Just, yeah! Oh my God! Oh, a tunnel! Yeah! No way. Everyone gets mad at you for dying. I do not. Everyone in line's like, great, they're going to shut the ride down. Some skinny asshole flew out. Let's go see if there's a photo of him flying out. Get that put on the mug. Yeah, I'm just, just not a big guy. I never, I tried to get those ab lines, the little arrow that points to your wiener. You know what I'm talking about? All the hot guys have them, It's like, And I did a bunch of crunches like 2 summers ago, and I got them. I got the ab lines, but one line was higher than the other because I have scoliosis. So my V just pointed to a mole on my thigh. It's not. It's an awful body, I've never been ripped. I've never been an alpha male, right? You know alpha males, right? Just muscles and wiener, those guys. Every party they walk into, like, what's up? High five's too hard. Yeah. Did you see me, Dad? And he's never there. Like, I'm not alpha. I'm not, I'm beta. I'm second tier, Which is fine. There's a lot of beta males now. There's so many betas, right? There's so many of us, sir. There's tons. Tons of betas. Yeah. Right? We could form an army, right? Army of betas, we'd be unstoppable, If we could only find a leader. I don't know who would lead. It'd probably be a strong woman, to be honest. Just one strong woman, like, come on, little bitches. I'd be like, yes, mama. Just take over the world. Love it, you know? Love a strong woman. Grew up wrestling my mom, so don't know if that's connected, but we're not bringing it up in therapy, I'll tell you that. Yeah, I did. I didn't want to. I tried wrestling my dad as a little boy, but he was too busy wrestling alcoholism. So my mom would wrestle me. I just grew up being pinned by a grown woman. I never beat her, not once. She's Midwest, stout, you know? But I'm thinking now she's in her 60s. I think I can... I think I can finally take her. So I'm just gonna go home and she's gonna answer the door. I'll be like, it's me now! And just throw her to the ground, you know? And then I'm gonna kiss my dad on the lips, you know? And he'll be like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm mom now. Should have wrestled your boy. Now I'm your wife, you know? Teach him a lesson. We have Midwest people? Are there anybody from the Midwest? Oh, nice. Where from?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, okay. Ohio? Michigan, yes, the one I'm from. Yours can screw off. Yes! Michigan, we got a little map on our hand. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit when we have a little map. It's so cute. I'm from here. Where are you from? Yeah. What can you do, Wisconsin? Get drunk? Wisconsin has no map. It's at the bottom of a beer can, you alcoholics. That's right. Not Michigan, you know, we're just all unemployed. That's right. What's that?
Or on strike.
Or on strike? Yeah, we're either striking or looking for work. Hell yeah. I love it. Midwest is great. Not touchy-feely, though, people, right? We don't like to be, I'm not touchy-feely. I remember I saw my dad pinch my mom's butt one time in my entire life. He pinched it, and she went, oh, Michael, and even I got excited. So... That's how rare love was in the house. You know, even I was like, whoo, you know, all three of us were excited, you know. And then I remember he took his shirt off, and I was like, uh-oh, do they know I'm in here? What am I about to see? And then he went and mowed the lawn. So that's how Midwest people have sex. They just get each other horny, then go do chores. I love it. I love the Midwest. You're Michigan. Did you ever accidentally go to Canada? Did you ever accidentally? Yeah. Did you really? You crossed the bridge on accident? It happens, right? Yeah. Excellent. Oh, I love it. I thought I was the only idiot. You, me. Yes. Yeah, because this is what happens. I was driving through Detroit, right? And my GPS at the time said turn right. And I was like, that's the bridge to Canada, right? I knew it, but, you know, I don't have any self-esteem, so... Who am I to argue with science, you know? So I was like, all right, well, whatever, satellites. So I turned right, and sure enough, I got into the funnel, right? The entrance to the bridge is just a funnel of all the cars going across the bridge. And I was like, I'm about to cross the bridge to Canada. I don't want to do this. This is going to be real awkward. So I'm inching my way to the front of the bridge, and there's no person. It's just a gate that wants $5, just a machine. And I was like, is there a help button? How do I not do this? And everybody behind me starts honking their horns, like, let's go, try to cross over to Canada. And that's like, don't make me leave America. I don't want to go. And they're getting mad, so I was like, all right, fine. So I put in the $5, and the gate lifts, and I drive across the bridge, and the Border Patrol man was on that side. So I pull up to him, and he goes, what's your reason for coming to Canada? And I had to look this man in the eyes and say, I got confused. I don't want to go to Canada. I'm not trying to get in. I'm sorry. Or sorry? I don't know how you say it. But I don't want to go to Canada. And he's like, do you have your passport or anything? And I was like, I got nothing to get in. Don't let me in. I'm not trying to go. And then he's like, well, go pull your car off to the side. So I pull my car over, and then 4 cops and a German Shepherd all walk up And they're like, unlock your doors. And they start sniffing and searching my car. And my heart is racing because I didn't do a pre-Canada sweep. So I'm sweating. And after about 10 minutes, they're like, all right, you're good. You can now come into Canada. I was like, I don't want to go to Canada. Stop trying to send me there. I was like, can I go back? And they're like, yeah, you can do a U-turn and go back. So I do a U-turn and go back across the bridge, and there's 2 lanes, and all the cars are on the left, and all the semis are on the right, and I'm in the right with the semis, and no one would let me in, so I was like, it's fine, I guess. I'll just stay with the semis. But then at the end of the bridge, the semis, we all branched off to a whole new border patrol because they're bringing in goods and stuff. And I'm in my little Dodge Neon, just inching my way to their border patrol part. And I finally get there, and the guy's window is way the hell up here. Because he's built for the semi-trucks. So he peeks over like it's Wizard of Oz. And he just goes, you're in the wrong lane. And I went, I know, I got confused. And he was like, do you have your passport or anything? And I was like, no, I got nothing. I just accidentally went. And he's like, well, go pull your car over there. And then 4 cops and another German Shepherd all woke up. And they searched my old car. And at the end, they're like, all right, you're good. Welcome back to America. And I was like, I never left. I don't know where I've been. But I just spent $15 to not go to Canada. Stupid country. Oh, we used to go there a lot. Michigan people go there at 19 and get drunk. Yeah. Get hammered, and then we throw up all over their sidewalks. I love it. And then we just come back to America and make more money. What a dream. I love it. Yeah, Midwest is nice. Because that's where I grew up. Yeah, my little parents, my little stories with my dad. He actually, well, I'll tell you this, and you can connect those dots if you want. My dad slept naked my whole life. It was back to back, all right? It was back to back. Those were the rules. And he had this habit. I remember my dad had a habit. He'd wake up in the middle of the night, and he'd always have to get himself a midnight snack or something, and he would sneak down our hallway, and he wouldn't put clothes on or nothing. He would just, hide behind cabinets and doors. And sometimes me and my mom would still be awake in the living room. We'd just see this little nude fat ninja man just coming down the hallway in the darkness, and then he'd get something and scurry off back down the hallway. And I remember I had a friend staying over one night, and we're up late watching scary movies, and then we just see the nude fat ninja man. He just comes down the hallway because he forgot I had a friend over. So I was like, uh-oh, and then he gets to the kitchen, and he just grabs it, and he just pours a glass of milk. I mean, he pours a glass of milk, and he turns around, and he saw 2 10-year-old boys in the room with him. And he went, oh, and he freaked out and spilled milk all over himself. So now he's all nude and milky with 2 10-year-old boys, which is illegal in at least 8 states. And none of us said anything. We just stood there it felt like a solid minute, till my dad decided he had to break the silence, so he just throws his arms in the air and just goes, boo, I'm a ghost, and then just runs down the hallway. We never spoke of it again. It was never brought up. I remember asking that friend later, I was like, do you want to spend the night again? He's like, nah, your place is haunted. I'm not. There's a nude ghost in that house. It was awful. Yeah, it makes you weird, It's all weird. And the brain's all messed up, It's too much. Strange dad. He raised me an atheist, I'll say that too. Yeah, grew up with no religion, nothing. Remember as a kid, I asked my dad, I was like, is there a God? He said, no. Jesus Christ, that's heavy, right? And I was like, is there a Santa Claus? He said, absolutely, there's a Santa Claus. We're still capitalists, goddammit. But people would always tell me that you need religion for a moral compass, which I don't think that's true, right? You don't need religion for morals, you know? You just turn to Disney. That's all. That's all it is. You just watch Disney, right? Like the worst thing Disney taught me is you can kiss a girl when she's sleeping. Which, it's not great. That's not great. It's not great. But that's Old Testament Disney, right? It's the Old Testament. We're in New Testament now. New Testament started with Beauty and the Beast, right? As soon as they let that white woman fall in love with that hairy Armenian man. Granted, he had to turn white before they got married, but still, it was a step. A step in the right direction. My morals aren't great, though. I still steal. I don't know if anybody steals here. Yeah, you steal? Yeah, there you go. Steal a little bit. Why not? Steal. Steal a little. You know? Inflation. Steal a little. Best place to steal, airports. They never think you're going to steal inside of an airport, right? You know? Because they're like, oh, he can afford to fly. He can afford a $6 muffin. It's like, get the hell out of here, man. I'm flying Spirit with 2 pairs of pants on. I don't have $6 muffin money. So this is what you do. You just get the muffin and you go, now where do I pay for this? And you just wander off. The whole store's missing a wall. You just wander out those. I'm looking for the register. Where do I buy this muffin at? You just wander the airport till you get to your gate. Like, is this the line? Is this the line to the register? And then you just slowly board your plane. It's great. You know, they're like, where's the muffin? It's in the sky now, you idiot. You shouldn't have built your store next to a getaway vehicle. I love it. So yeah, I love you know, it's like, because I'm not, it's all messed up. The body too, that's a bit of a mess. I have dysphagia. I have it's a small throat. That's it. I was just born with a small throat. You all have regular throats, I'm sure? Got a small one. Yeah, my whole life. And I also, as you can see, was blessed with a giant mouth, but cursed with a small throat. So my whole life, I've been taking bites that are too big, and then I can't push it through my small throat. So my whole life, I'm like, and I have to hork it up like a cat. I'm like a cat if it was a person. It's a nightmare, right? I remember I was 18 and I had a girlfriend for the first time and I went to her parents' house for dinner. It's going great, right? Her dad liked me. I was like, all right, this is nice. Then I took a bite and it was too big. And I'm at the table and I'm just like, oh no. Oh, not now. Oh, please. And I'm just squeezing, right? I'm just trying to squeeze this hunk of steak down my throat. There's a vein. My face is beet red. Just looks like I'm shitting the table. I can't say a word because I'm just squeezing. And I look at my girlfriend at the time and she just goes, is it your tiny little throat? Then the whole family just started laughing at me. Her dad was like, he's got a tiny little throat. And his son was like, right, Dad? Then they high-fived and bonded. It was a nightmare. There's nothing you can do for little throats. I looked it up. There's a doctor said they could put a balloon in my throat, a medical balloon, I guess, and then they inflate the balloon and it stretches your throat out for 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. It's temporary. I could have a loose throat. Do I don't know, hit the town with? And does it tighten up at the end of 3 months? Like Cinderella rules? Like, oh, if the clock strikes midnight, oh no, give me that whole chicken. Like, what? It's awful. Everything's a mess. The brain's all wild. I don't do drugs anymore because that was too much on the old brain. I don't know if anybody does drugs here. Any drug people? No? A little woo? Don't admit it. Yeah. Here you go. I read an article that said smart people do harder drugs than dumb people, though. That kind of makes sense, doesn't it? You know? Because, like, dumb people are fine. They're happy already. You know what I mean? If you're kind of smart, you're like, I need a pill to smile. This is a nightmare out here. You don't see this? You know? Like a smart guy taking acids having the same experience as a dumb guy drinking a Budweiser on a tire swing. Just happy people, you know? Just happy. Dumb people are very happy. You never hear of a dumb guy killing himself, you know? There's never a stupid guy committing suicide. It's always intelligent people. You're never gonna see a dumb guy leaving a note like, "Dear world, you're fucking gay." Like that guy never kills himself. That guy lives forever. Doesn't know how to end a note either. It's like, "Goodbye, stupid world. Support the troops." That guy lives forever. Divide the audience a little bit on that. Good stuff. Divide and conquer. So yeah, just, you know, dark stuff, thinking about death. What else we got? Oh, I did date a girl that thought we turned into animals after we die. That's not true. There's no way, right? You die, you come back as an animal. Well, we all know about it, right? Everyone's aware of that. It's just not, you know? I mean, there's never been a hunter and a deer just walk up, put his forehead against the gun. Dude, I'm trying to get to eagle. No way, you know? I think about it, like the dark stuff, because I'll tell you this, I moved to the city years ago, and when I first moved there, I grew up in the woods. I don't know if there's any rural woods people here. Yeah, you know, I like dirt road, deep woods. You don't grow up looking both ways to cross the street. It's a road. You just walk, it's dirt. There's never a car. And then I moved to the city, and the first month, I immediately got hit by a car. Immediately. That's how, because I was hanging out with friends, and I remember this. I looked out the window, and I saw the bus was coming, city bus, and I was like, oh, that's my bus. I'll see you guys later. I gotta go catch this bus. And the bus stop was across the street. And I remember, I didn't even like look. I just went, well, there's the bus stop. Let's just walk over to there. And I got into the middle of the road, and I remember, oh, I'm in the city now. You're supposed to look. So I looked, and I saw a Honda Civic just getting bigger. And I made that Midwest noise where when you panic or you're in the way. I just went, whoop. Just a Honda Civic. I went, whoop. That's all I remember. And then everything went dark. That's it. Whoop. Darkness. And then I opened my eyes, and I'm laying in the middle of the road on my stomach. I'm just laying down, and I popped up, and the bus was at the bus stop. And you know when you're in bus catching mode, whatever that was doesn't matter. I'm not missing my bus. I'm not waiting another 8 minutes. Are you kidding me? So I hobbled, and I got onto the bus. I swiped my card and everything. And I sit down, I get a window seat. Everything's looking good. I didn't even know what happened. And then I look out the window, and there was about 30 people across the street on the sidewalk looking at me specifically. Some of them had their phones up, and I was like, why is everyone looking at me? And then I see my buddy, he runs across the street, and he gets onto the bus, and he goes, Jeff, you gotta get off the bus, man. We all saw you get hit by a car. You flew into the air. Pretty sure you're in shock right now. But there is an ambulance on the way. And immediately I was like, that's gonna cost a lot more than this bus. I clearly don't have ambulance money. I'm a bus guy. So I remember I stood up and I looked behind me, and everybody on the bus was just sitting there wide-eyed because they're just on their way home, and they see a guy get hit and then still get onto the bus. Just like Mondays, can you believe it? Jesus. It's a dang rat race out there. So we go back across the street, and my buddy takes me into the bathroom to clean me up, and I look in the mirror, and my face is it's just blood. I'm just covered in blood. I remember looking at him and going, Cody, am I okay? And he was like, nobody knows. We have no idea. So the ambulance shows up, and I'm trying not to go. I'm talking to him like, can I not go? I feel okay. I did a jig. I did like a little jig. I was like, I think I'm good. And they're like, we have to take you. So they throw me in the back of the ambulance, and I'm on my way to the hospital, and the EMT, I remember this, it was an older guy with a mustache, and he's got a clipboard, and he goes, did I overhear you don't have any health insurance? I was like, yeah, I got nothing, man. I'm freaking out right now. And he goes, we can't bill you if you gave me a fake name. So, what's your name? And my name is Jeff Scheen, and I immediately go, Jeff Shine? It's practically my name. Even he was like, isn't that your name? And I was like, it's close, but no. What do you think? And he's like, how about Jeff Adams? I'm like, all right, you want to be Jeff Adams? I was like, I'll be whoever you want me to be. I'll work on the character. So we get to the hospital, and he grabs me by the shoulders, and he goes, remember, you're Jeff Adams. Good luck. Like I'm getting ready for the biggest audition of my life. So I'm like, who is Jeff Adams? You know what I mean? What's his motivation? So I walk in, and I go, hi, I got hit by a car, and I'm Jeff Adams. Ta-da! And they're behind the desk, and I'm like, all right, have a seat, we'll get you in a second. So they take me, the doctor calls me back, and I go into the doctor's office, and he's got like the flashlight, and he's looking into my eyes, and he's like, well, I don't see a concussion, so that's great news. But how about you go back in the waiting room, we're gonna prep the CAT scan, we wanna make sure your brain's not bleeding. So we'll get you in a minute. So I'm sitting in the waiting room, and I'm freaking out, because I'm like, oh, CAT scan, they're looking in here. They're gonna figure out who I am. I'm racing, And I remember the same paramedic, the older guy with the mustache, walks by, and he goes, taps me on the shoulders. He goes, hey, come outside with me real quick. So we step outside of the hospital, and he goes, do you have a concussion or anything? What's going on? And I was like, no concussion, but the doctor wants to see if my brain is bleeding. So they're going to do a whole CAT scan and stuff. And he goes, the odds of that happening is like 1 in a million. So they don't know who you are. Just get the fuck out of here. So I just left. The hospital. I called an Uber. I figured I deserve an Uber. And I remember I get home and I walked into my apartment and my roommate was on the couch and I still had road and blood on my face. And he goes, whoa, what happened to you? And I was like, I got hit by a car. And I just snuck out of the hospital. My brain might be bleeding. I don't know. But I'm gonna go lay down. Wish me luck. And he was like, all right, man, good luck. And I just went to bed. And I remember I had to work the next day because I was waiting tables at the time. I don't know if anybody waits tables, but they never let you take a day off. They don't give a shit. So I had to still go in, and I had a big black eye from the car, and the first table was like, whoa, what happened to you? And I was like, I got hit by a car. And the guy was like, are you okay? And I was like, nobody knows. So what are we drinking? All right, you guys have been great. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you.